I understand that. That's fine. Unfortunately, in this bill, however, the reason that's jammed up in there is so that what will end up happening. I mean, there's ulterior motive to that. It's not to jam up it's not only, let me rephrase. It's not only to jam up the small business owner here. The reason is because any business that doesn't meet this bill, that doesn't meet the requirements of this bill, has to pay a fine. So instead of them being able to hire part-time people, they're going to make it so that if you don't insure everybody, well, you pay a fine. And by paying that fine, the government puts more money into the coffers. Excuse me. Wow. So that's where it's at with that, is that now if you don't choose to pay the health care insurance for your part-time employees, well, you're going to pay a fine. And guess what? Now the person that isn't getting the insurance from their company, well, they have to buy into the private insurance as well. So they too have to pay a fine. It's a total freaking scam. Total freaking scam.
Page 127, lines 1 through 16. Doctors and the American Medical Association. The government will tell you how much money you can make.
Because that's good for the free market system, right? You're in a job now and you can only make X. You cannot succeed, basically. You cannot live the American dream no more. The American dream is dead, at least in the medical field. It's dead. And if you think it's going to stop in the medical field, you are insane. You're straight up insane. They are slowly but surely taking over everything. You know, I'm not for CEOs. You know, a company makes $100 million in a year and a CEO takes 27 million of it. I'm not for that. But then again, I am definitely not for regulating it. You know, the guy that starts the company took the risk of the business. Same with this. Doctors go to school how many years to be good at what they do? Why do they do it? Because they can make a bunch of money. That's why doctors do it. Doctors don't do it. Most doctors are not in the business of learning, all that college that goes into becoming a successful doctor so that they can help the people and make $40,000 a year. That's not why they're doing it. They're doing it to live at a level that the average person that is a car washer or a drugstore attendant or whatever job you want to name, an office assistant, they don't want to live on that money. They want to make more. But now they can't, because according to your new law, they will be told by the government how much money they can make. It's pathetic and it's sad.
Page 145, lines 15 through 17. All employers must enroll employees into the government plan. You have no choice.
What happened to keeping your doctor? What if your doctor's not on that plan? What if your doctor is in a private plan? Apparently you have to. If you take a job now, one of the requirements for you taking a job is you're going to have to go to the prospective employer and make sure your doctor is covered on their plan, or else you're screwed. You're not going to keep your doctor. That's not what you said, Mr. Obama. That's not what you said. Liar.
Page 149, lines 16 through 24. An employer with a payroll of $400,000 and up who does not provide the government option will pay an 8% tax on all payroll.
And there you have it. That's the real solution there. That is the real catch to the greed of our government. Let's be honest. $400,000, you figure maybe that's what? 10 employees? I'm just throwing out a number there. 10 employees, figure, $8,000 a year for healthcare insurance for all 10 employees, and that's give or take. I don't even know what the real numbers are. So 8%, so you got $8,000 roughly there that the company can spend, or they could spend 8% in payroll tax based on the $400,000. And either way, the government's collecting their money. That's the bigger picture. It's not about giving you better health care. The way everything this reads is going to do is bring down health care. You're going to get less good care. Doctors are going to stop being in the medical profession because they don't want to be regulated by the government, and they don't want to be regulated. They don't want to be price capped on how much money they can make. You know what? I'm going to be honest. If I was a doctor, if I was a surgeon, no less, and they capped my money, there's no chance in hell. As a surgeon, I would work 1 minute over 8 hours. And you know what? If I was cutting into somebody and doing open heart surgery and I got to the end of my shift, tough, you know what? I'm dropping the scalpel. I'm letting the next meat cutter come in, because that is what you are going to get with healthcare now. If you're going to regulate how much people can make, it happens every single time. Think about it in your work environment. Every single one of us has been through this with our job. You're working, you willingly put in overtime, you get paid, and then somebody comes in with some budget spreadsheet and says, no more overtime until further notice. And what happens? The minute you hit your time, you leave. That's how it works in the real world. That is how it's going to work in the healthcare industry, because with these guys getting regulated money, then they're also going to give you regulated care. I'm going to give you 40 hours a week because that's all I'm going to get paid for. So why stay and why be helpful? It's a meat-cutting business now. It's not about real health care. It's about a spreadsheet. It stinks. This whole stupid bill sucks ass, and it's horrific. Ugh, getting all worked up again. I'll tell you what, folks. Let me go get another glass of water, and we will be back to finish this up this week. It is all the news.